Hey guys, so uh, MK11 Aftermath is coming out in a few days, and despite that, there's a lot of members of the community that are dissatisfied with the current meta of the game. So I decided to jump in and discuss 11 things that players hate about Mortal Kombat 11. Fair enough. Alright, so first off, indisputably, most people just despise the constant poking of this game. It is just, I mean, theoretically, you could use pokes to interrupt anything an opponent does in any game, but here it just seems to be on another level. It is just poking, and number two, grabs. It is the poke and grab game. This will probably, just learning to do this will get you halfway through Evo. I'm not being literal, but you know what I mean. It is just the poke and grab non-stop. And what's even worse about the grab, what's horrible about the grabs, in previous games you would use the grab button to counter being grabbed. It's very simple, but here your forward throw would probably be countered by X or box on the PlayStation, or Y or triangle on the PlayStation, based on if they're throwing forward or backwards. It's a complete guessing game, and what makes that even worse is that the forward throw and the regular throw are shared animations, so you really, it's a complete guessing game, and if you guess wrong twice, you get crushing blow and lose 30% of your health bar. So I know people just hate that. I don't know what they were thinking. They had a perfectly fine system using the throw button to counter throws. This is horrible. I hope it doesn't carry over to Injustice 3. We would have hoped ideally that it would have got patched a month after release, but it didn't. It stuck around for some reason. I know virtually no one likes or appreciates it. Okay, moving on to number 3. The breakaways are god-awful. So normally in NetherRealm games, and I imagine most fighting games, when you would use your meter to like get out of a combo, it would reset the two fighters back to neutral. But in MK11, a lot of times the person being countered could get up earlier while the other dude's still in the animation of his combo and do a full combo on the original person. So I don't know how to adjust it the way to get him to do it, because he might drop out early, and I don't want to get into all that because this is a short video, but I could do something like this, and halfway through that he could break away and do a full combo on me. And it's just a sucky feeling knowing I should be rewarded. I got the opening on this person. I waited patiently. I read their defenses. I got my combo started, and I get the full combo on me just because his meter automatically rebuilds. It's just crap. In Injustice, it was a clash system, which reset it to neutral. In the prior Mortal Kombat games, they were called breakers, I believe, and it just resetted the players back to neutral. This thing here is horrible. There's no real point in even trying to get one, because then people just uppercut because they know they're not going to get their full combo. It's god awful. It's kind of insulting that NetherRealm has fixed this or addressed it. Nobody likes it. And of course now characters like Scorpion and even my guy Collector have an advantage that their combos are on the ground, so people can't break away. So this gives them, it's like they broke the game. They have an advantage that no other character has, and it's really bad and disturbing, and it's just really, there's no redeeming quality to it. Fourth, some crushing blows are inaccessible. Okay, I'm gonna skip past 4 real quick, or we'll title it. 4, the mascot Scorpion seems to be the most hated character in this game. He's incredibly cheap. His teleport is the most powerful, useful skill in the game. People say it's just online. I haven't been to a tournament, so I wouldn't know how people deal with it offline. But online, you have to play his game. You have to stay in block mode. You have to stay duck crouching, because anything you do could get led into a full combo from his thing, and you can't break away. Well, I think you can actually break away from his teleport startup, but other than that, I'm not even into the list. If you're watching this video, you probably play Combat League. You know every person counter picks with him. I don't, but he's the mascot. Everybody hates this character. He's OP and cheap. Everything he does is pretty much safe. Anything you do, he can punish it. And he seems to be one of those few characters who can land every single crushing blow he has in one match, and not a lot of characters can say that. You're gonna probably deal with every single one he has to offer. Okay, now revisiting. Okay, so I guess this is 5. Well, alright. Some crushing blows are inaccessible. So Noob Saibot, aside from variation 1, he has this shadow tackle, which is already a god-awful projectile because it's incredibly slow, and if an opponent hits me while this is out, it just dissipates as well as this. So I have to land one of 3 shadow moves. The dive kick, or the anti-air, or the shadow tackle. One of 3, 10 times before I can get a crushing blow. So aside from there's not a lot of jump-ins in this game, this is a good move, but it's really a trick move. It's not going to catch a lot of people. I have to land these moves 10 times to be able to get a crushing blow. It's just not going to happen. It's just bad. And other characters just have so many made available to them. I'm pretty sure if you look at your main, good chances are you play a character that has crushing blows that aren't going to land. For instance, I play Frost Variation 1, and she has an Ice Barrage attack that's basically a pickaxe advancing overhead. And the requirements for that crushing blow, they're so dumb. The opponent has to be a low attacking for you to do it, but it would interrupt her Ice Barrage attack, so that's kind of pointless. The only thing she could do to activate it is, like, let's say Scorpion was low attacking right where he's at, and I activated it. Like, why would he be poking from that distance? Why would he be poking from that distance? It don't make no sense. I would have to activate. If I activated here, he would interrupt it. So it's the most useless, pointless. It's a bad. There's a lot of bad ones in this game that you're just not gonna be able to access, and then you're gonna go online, win a match. The opponent's gonna counter pick with Scorpion, and he's gonna hit all of his grabs on you. I mean, all of his crushing blows. So it's laughably unfair. Alright. S-tier huggers. By S-tier huggers, I mean the people who play these games who just go online, figure out who's top tier, who's S+ tier, who's the best in the game, and they'll just play those characters. And yeah, so if you play this right now, you're constantly dealing with Liu Kang. Because he has the frame traps, the easy crushing blows, the good zoning. You're going to deal with Liu Kang a lot. You're going to deal with Jax and Jackie, who are basically unbeatable. Jackie's horrible. What else? Yeah, so that's not something that I have to discuss for very long. S-tier huggers, that's what I call them. I don't want to nitpick here too much, but Noob Saibot, who's one of my favorite characters, he looks very cool. This character is very broken. He's like the only broken, crappy character. Usually in fighting games, when we say broken, we mean they are too much to deal with. They're very good. He's the first character that I see that's very broken in the sense that he sucks. So if you play with any character long enough, I can get good with him. But him, even though I still know he has a lot of flaws. So Scorpion obviously has one of the best special moves in the game, the teleport. He can make it seemingly safe with the enhanced version. Noob Saibot cannot do that. He cannot enhance it to make it safe. Scorpion's teleport is faster. It starts up combos. This teleport is just so effing bad. They might as well just, you do your teleport and Noob gets a crushing blow on him. That's what it might as well be, because you would think this is better than it really is, but a lot of times an opponent can even throw a projectile and so many times it would hit Noob Saibot and prevent him from what's it called? He won't even reach the full screen. By here, he'll get right here. He gets hit by the projectile. It happens so much. It's so bad. And then, yep, hits high. So opponent ducks, and they get that crushing blow all the time. It's virtually useless. Aside from variation 2, where you're supposed to combo into it, but for variation 1 and 3, the teleport, Noob essentially has the worst special moves in the game, and Scorpion has the best. It's so laughably unfair. Alright, this is a small little nitpick. I don't know how many people have thought of this, but you can select pretty much anything you want in this game. You can pick the variation of character you want. You can pick the intros that you want, the skins. If you play offline, you can really pick all the moves that you want. One thing you can't pick are your taunts. That's the mid-round animations that happen after you win a match. And some of us might be thinking, like myself, that some of the taunts are really cool, and I would like to have those exclusively. And some are like, not as good as the other ones. And it would be cool if they implemented a feature. It would be cool if they implemented a feature where you could pick the taunts, because every character I believe could have up to 8 to 10, and you might just have like 4 or 5 of them you really like, and the rest you're like, don't care too much for them. So that might be cool to implement. We got pretty much all that. Character buffs and debuffs. This goes along with pretty much any fighting game. There's some characters that are better than others, and then you might have characters you really like that are just kind of lame. And then you might have some characters you're sick and tired of going against because they've been OP for a while. Problem with MK11 is that some characters remain really bad from day one, and some characters remain at the top non-stop. Scorpion has been a problem since this game has launched. People have a problem with Sub-Zero. I don't have a problem with him as much. Let's see. Cetrion. She's always seemed pretty cheap to me. And Jackie. Like, this game really keeps the higher tier characters at the high tier, and characters like Noob, Saibot, and Shao Kahn and Collector have remained at the bottom. So this is not a game where you want to find a mid-tier character and try to work your way up through Combat League, try and get better. It doesn't work. The characters remain debuffed at the bottom of the tier list. They don't really get patched in any significant way, and you're stuck dealing with people picking all the S tier characters, the Scorpions, the Liu Kangs, the Cetrions, the Jax, the Jackie. You're not rewarded for this game does not reward you for working hard and trying to take an underdog character, fight your way up. Don't even bother with this game. Trust me, I've tried. Okay, last but not least, whatever. $40 DLC. So they just announced Aftermath. I don't know how excited people are for it. I'm mostly excited for the friendships. So that's a part of the free update, as well as the stages. Trying to be more financially responsible to what I purchase, and seeing as this game launched with about 25 characters, 12-hour story mode, the crit, all this stuff for $60. To pay $40 for a DLC story that's going to be about maybe 3-4 hours long and 3 measly characters, that's not worth $40. That's Warner Brothers slapping that price tag on there to get as much money out of us as they can. And we both know the day MK11 Aftermath launches, the whole story is going to be available on YouTube for free. So $40 for that is not really worth it at all, especially since the characters in it, nobody really asked for RoboCop or Shiva. Like, maybe if they did it with Melina and Rain and I don't know, somebody else, Tremor, I would have been like, oh, this might be something I'll consider. But for these lame characters, not really. I'm not trying to be too negative about the game. I've actually played a lot of time playing this game. It may be the game I've played more than any other game. Let's see. That's how much time I put into this game. We got it right here. 241 hours playing this game. So I'm not entirely just being a hater or someone, rude or anything like that. I played this game a crazy amount, more than any other game I've probably ever played, but the game is still very flawed. I would say it's, in terms of fairness and competitive play, it is beneath Injustice. It's beneath MKX, beneath Injustice 2. I can't really speak for MK9 because I didn't really play that game online. So, and the fact that the developers don't address how many flaws are in this game, it's like really disheartening. So, if anyone has any disagreement